Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. A little bit of a life hack. If you ever move in with a roommate, especially if there's a power imbalance, maybe your roommate owns the place or they are the main leaseholders, uh, keep the amount of personal belongings you move into the place to a minimum. And even if you do move your personal belongings into the place, try not to let your roommate know about the situation. Here's why. Once you move all your valuables and your firstborn into the place, your roommate is holding all of the cards now, right? He can call the shots. He knows you're not going to be able to disappear in a heartbeat. And so, for example, I was living in a house with two others. The owner of the place, she was middle aged. I want to say about in her 50s, teaching at a local high school. And this other roommate, she was in her 20s, and I didn't realize it at the time, but she was pregnant. I actually had a crush on her when I first moved in, and I moved in, and I promptly moved all my art in there, and a lot of other things, right? All my gear, and then I started my Lego projects, and not long after that, we had a plumbing emergency. Thank God none of my stuff was damaged, but last Thanksgiving, I had a very big upset. What had happened was, for the first time in a long time, I had a group of friends I could go to during the Thanksgiving holiday, and when I got home, my spirits were high, right? And then my landlord asked me if I could pay the rent early. Now, normally that wouldn't be a big deal. I have money, right? Paying a rent 3, 4 days in advance is not a big deal for me. The big deal is once I paid it, she dragged her feet on fixing the place, right? In retrospect, I could have gotten something out of it. I think part of the reason she was able to do that. So you may have noticed the last place I moved to, I kept very minimal stuff there. As soon as I made any masterpiece, I moved it out to my car, into my storage unit, and I really liked it because I never felt any pressure while negotiating with the people there. Right? If I had all my stuff in there, that would be a whole different story. I moved in with my girlfriend's ex-boyfriend after that one place. And he had a little bit of a quirk. I later learned that the reason he wanted me to move in with him was to gain insider knowledge about her, potentially get back to her. Also, he was doing some kind of science project on his own spare time, and he expected to be able to discuss it with me. Now, do I not like science? No, that's not the situation. I was juggling two jobs and my own side hustles, and long story short, I was a little bit of a show off. I kept all of my art in there. I kept all of my uh, a bunch of my coin collection and stuff like that, and it created a little bit of a psychological hazard. Every time we argued, I couldn't very easily just drive out of there. Now, do I like the concept of leaving a place in the middle of an argument? No, but the fact that it is there as an option really helps to smooth out the emotions of the discussion, right? For example, you may remember 2 weeks ago at work, I had a little bit of a conflict. Did I leave the job as a result of the conflict? No. Did I have the option of leaving the job as a result of the conflict? Yes. And it changed the nature of that conflict considerably. This is the Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum.